guys, I just came back from work and I feel like saying I am tired is an understatement. Oh my god, can you see how my eyeliner has even disappeared? I did not wash my face to show you how tired I am. So I did not sleep throughout yesterday. I tried to sleep and it was not out of excitement or anything like that. It was because my sleeping pattern is already spoiled, so I'm already used to sleeping by 10 or 11 in the morning, and then my job started today, so my brain was just like, this is not what we're used to doing. So even though I was in bed early, I could not sleep, and I was already tired yesterday. So imagine being so tired, not sleeping, and then waking up, not even waking up, going to work by 8 in the morning. And then when I went to work, it was nice. I met my manager, everyone. They showed me the systems, how to work the computers. I got my access stuff, all that stuff. I feel like if I had slept, then my experience would have been better, because this tiredness and exhaustion is not from the job. Does that make sense? It's from me not having enough sleep. So I was already exhausted and sleepy. So my first break, I went to Costa to get some coffee. I wanted to get an iced latte, but instead I got chai tea latte, something like that, which is not as strong. So I did not like that. I'm normally an anxious person. I'm not that extroverted. So meeting a lot of people for the first time, it just makes you like shrink. It just reminds me of, it's not like I was awkward or anything, but then there's this thing where you're introducing yourself or you're speaking to people and you keep thinking, oh my god, what I'm saying does not make sense. What do they think of me? That whole thing of fear of perception. But then I have to keep ignoring that voice. And there's also something of not wanting to look stupid and not wanting to ask questions, or you feel like maybe the questions you're asking are silly, but then they keep telling you that they would rather you ask 1,000 questions than make mistakes, because those mistakes are very costly. I'm just learning to ignore the negative voice in my head. Another thing is during break, because everywhere was filled up. So there are restaurants. I really love the building. It's very big. There are different places you can sit outside and chill. Now it's summer, so everyone is outside, but the views are pretty, very lovely view. And there was something. So our break room, I can't remember what it's called, but I went to warm my food because I prepared a meal before I went. I didn't want to buy food. Tell me why. I just saw a lot of people there talking, and I can hold a conversation, but then I don't know, it's just a new environment. I did not, it was just going to be awkward. I spent almost 30 minutes trying to find a place to sit in a building that's as big. So imagine me walking around an entire building with food in my hand. It wasn't open, it was closed. I know no one noticed or cared, but I just found it funny. Later on, I found this secluded area and I sat there to eat. People don't normally sit there. I don't know, I don't care. So that was that, and I went back. In terms of working and just getting to know the system, I feel like this is such an interesting job I have. I just love everything about it. Even from the onset, I can see how there's so much I can learn. I just think it's so interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. But today was not a good day because I was really tired and sleepy. When it was time for me to leave, I spent almost 20 minutes walking in the sun with how sleepy and tired I was, and realizing that I went to the wrong bus stop. So I had to go back again. I was so tired and I don't know, it just did not feel nice, and I was starting to like get angry and feel miserable. But then I'm trying to tell myself that, oh no, you can't do this. Like, because there was this negative thought in my head that's like, okay, is every day going to be like this? Am I going to have to wake up early every day? And is it going to be this stressful? And if you look at it, I keep saying it wasn't stressful. It was just because of the circumstance around it. I was just really tired and sleepy. I did not have enough rest. I don't want to go into it with this negativity and feel like, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult. You get what I mean? I know that it's just because of how today went, but not because every day is going to be like that. Definitely, it's a job. It's going to be hectic and stressful, but then and tiring. But then I know that it's not going to be like this every day, because today, honestly, wasn't easy. I finally got on my bus. Another thing was I did not. So I have an order to collect from Debian, and I knew that another issue, guys. So many things. Isha is by 10 p.m. or 9 something. So no matter how tired I am now, I cannot go to sleep. I have to wait till Isha, and it's like 6:17 p.m. So I was like, let me just utilize it and go to Debian to collect my order. It's a shopping mall close to us. And when I get my order from there, so that I know that tomorrow I don't have to deal with that. You guys, show you how much I love YouTube. I was in the bus and I was thinking, if it's going to be this hectic every day, then I don't think I would be able to sustain maintaining my YouTube channel and making videos and doing stuff as much as I want. You get what I mean? So I was just worried, and I'm like, I hope this job doesn't take away something else that makes me happy. I know it might reduce the frequency, but then it's not going to take it away. So I want to show you the order that I collected from Debian. One more thing I got was a hand sanitizer. I have wipes in my bag, but then I feel like because I would be touching a lot of things and then the keyboards, I would just want to be sanitizing my hands constantly because I already have wipes, but then I feel like wipes is not a good solution. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you. I also, because I feel like I always want to reward myself when I feel like I'm stressed, and I don't want to go to sleep not feeling happy and feeling exhausted because it will dampen my mood tomorrow. This is not the ideal first day. I would have loved if I looked back at my first day, it would be filled with memories and me being happy, but that is how it is. It's not even like I'm sad or anything. I'm just tired. And you know how when you're hungry, I'm actually not hungry. You know how when you're tired and sleepy and then you've been up. So this basically I've been up for almost 48 hours with no sleep. So that's why I don't feel good. What else do I want to add? Back to what I was saying. So when I was in Durban, like I said, it's a shopping mall. I branched Sainsbury's and I bought Ben and Jerry's ice cream, the cookie dough one. That's my favorite because I know that if I take it, it will make me feel happy and better. My plan now is to take a shower, pray, and is it time? It's not time for us. Pray, and then make some phone calls, force myself to reply messages that I haven't replied. Just keep myself busy on that desk. I won't get on my bed and get things done before Isha because I know that if I want, I could actually go to sleep and decide to take a nap for 1 or 2 hours, but that would not be in my best interest because I would mess up my sleeping pattern again and I would not be able to sleep in the night. So I'm using this and forcing myself to fix my sleeping pattern so that by the time it's after Isha, I would be really exhausted and I can easily go to sleep. Then I'll wake up in the morning or around Subhi and problem solved, and hopefully I can keep up that sleeping pattern for a very long time. So the only thing I got from Boots is the CeraVe moisturizer lotion, and mine is finished. Before I was using the E45, which was this one for my body. So now I got the CeraVe one to change things up. I've never had the lotion. I used to use the cream, but I feel like now it's summer, so it will be too heavy. And then I got the CeraVe foaming cleanser. I've had this before, and I got a moisturizer, hand moisturizer. The one I have in my bag is almost finished, and then I got some meds for headaches and everything, just in case. That's that. I would say an interesting day. It wasn't like sad or anything like that. Like I said, I'm just tired. And you know how dramatic I am. But oh my god, one thing good that happened is, do I feel like when I went in the morning by around 8:30 and I sat in the reception and I was waiting for my manager to come and introduce herself and start the physical induction to basically show me everywhere. I sat in the reception at first for like 10 minutes and then later on it just clicked to me because I remember sitting in that same spot literally when I was going to be interviewed, and I remember being like so anxious and worried that I had failed that interview, just being really sad. I could remember those feelings, and it just felt like such a full circle moment that two and something months later, that Zainab did not know that she was actually going to get that job because I entered that place feeling very anxious and feeling like I might not get the job, and I left the place knowing definitely that I would not get the job because I felt like I had really messed up. I have a whole video about it on my channel, and then I got the job. Hours later they called me. So to get back in there and know that I got it and have access to the facilities, like I belong here now. I'm not trying to get in. So it feels really nice. I am so happy about that. I am really looking forward to just the opportunities, learning so many things. I really love my role. Even when I applied for it, like I liked it, but then now just you get to see the behind the scenes of how like systems work and organizations. When you're not in something, you're just living life. I don't know how to explain it, but you don't really know the amount of like systems and organization that's put in place to make things work or function. Yes, I know there would always be glitches or it would not be 100%, there will always be problems, but then yeah, I don't want to get into that, but it's a really interesting field and I can't wait to learn a lot of things. And another thing I love about it, it's not really exactly related to what I did my bachelor's in, but it's similar. It's kind of in the same department, and I can see elements of what I did my bachelor's in scattered all through my job. And it's just a beautiful reminder. I don't know, I just really like it. So I am so happy that I got it. And I'm happy today went the way it went, even though I am tired. That's how Allah planned it, alhamdulillah. I am glad that I made the effort. Immediately I came in, I propped up this iPad to record this video because I knew if I sat down or entered the toilet, I would be too tired and I would forget, and then I would be like, oh my god, I wanted to record this. So I won't be doing this every day, definitely. But today is the first day, so I wanted to do that. Oh my god, the thing I was worried about my outfit, no one cares. I know first impression, but still I was overthinking it literally. So I'm glad I did my whole black thing. Now I've found a better way to even dress more comfortably based on how I've seen other people dress. This was nice to film. Bye. I don't know what else to say. Bye.